welcome. I appreciate y'all. I'm also filming for Patreon as well for all of my new members and new people that's starting out. You know, um, so yeah, y'all in my kitchen. You know, I love this song. I love this song. I really do. I love this song. So, my name is Ifa Bayo. Welcome to Patreon. Welcome to Oceans Village. And welcome to Conversations with Ifa Bayo. And today I just want to talk a little bit about your spiritual journey, starting out. I'm not talking about those that advanced, that's been in spirituality for eons. I'm not speaking about those that have 90 different titles and 50 million things that they can do and what they shouldn't do and what they can't do. No, that's not this conversation. This conversation is more about you starting out. And that's starting out as on your spiritual journey. It is a little scary. It is. It's different. It is rewiring your brain as well as your life into something new and different and foreign. And then we also touch bases on people that are in your life already, your family, your friends, your lover, your partner, your mate, those people that are in your life. They're going to see the transition. That's why you have to be consistent. You can't be that person that, I'm spiritual today and tomorrow I'm something else, because then it confuses the people that are in your life. And we don't want that part. We don't need that part because it brings chaos. It brings problems, troubles. Your relationship would start going, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's nice if both of y'all can be on this learning journey, but if not, then explain to your partner or explain to your people that you are, you're on this spiritual journey. You're ready to be spiritual. So I can talk of my experience. I used to hang around Mika, Jackie, Keisha, Teresa, all of them. We get smoke our weed, hang out all night, sit on the park bench, sit in the park, talk about people, do all kinds of shit. And one day, while we was all sitting there, I just felt a need to change, right? I was in my 30s. I had my children. I was married. And I felt the need to change, right? My first husband was in prison. So I still was illegally married. And it was, things weren't comfortable with me. Things were not happy with me. I wasn't happy with my life. I wasn't happy the way I was living. I wasn't happy with just settling. So I told my friends, I remember the night where I was like, listen, I am getting ready to be spiritual. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to church because it was on Saturday. I said, tomorrow I'm gonna go to church. They bust out laughing. Like, bitch, you're not going to church. I said, no, I am. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to church and I'm gonna start changing my life. They bust out laughing. Now, mind you, I would smoke weed all day, every day, right? They didn't even notice that I wasn't smoking weed for about 2 weeks. Nobody noticed. Nobody paid attention. Nobody didn't say anything when they would pass the blunt. I would just pass it because we were so high, right? But I wasn't high. And the conversations that was taking place now that I'm in my right mind, I didn't like. I didn't like what was being said. I didn't like the names we was calling each other. I didn't like none of that. So I got up the next day. I didn't have no church clothes. Not even gonna lie to you. My mother had this Tina Turner wig. I had this shimmy dress that you would be in the club, silver, shining, silver shoes. Like I just finished either working at a brothel or I was in the club all night and I was a fucking go-go dancer or a stripper that didn't look cute. Makeup was horrifying. I'm talking about horrifying. Face was not beat. I had mascara all over the place. Listen, I was horrible. I went. I guess they figured this homeless bitch is lost or whatever the place may be. And I remember Sister Turner. grabbing my hand and saying, "Let me pray with you." And I said, "Okay." And then she let my hand go like real quick. I was like, "Did this bitch see something or whatever?" So I didn't say anything. I fell in love with church and I came home and everybody was looking at me like, "Bitch, where you was? You was out all night?" I said, "No, I went to church." I showed them the bulletin that they handed out and they looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, "No, I'm going next Sunday too. And I'm bringing my kids." And everybody was whispering and they thought I was crazy. It was like she's going through a phase, or it must be a dude in church she's trying to talk to. Like all of this was being, taking place. But I didn't give up. I didn't. Then I went home one day and I went to the barber and I cut off all my hair. Everybody looked at me like, okay, now she's tripping out. I started reading. I was going to the library. I would tell my boyfriend, "Yo, I'm going to the library. I'm going to Barnes and Nobles." And they thought I was lying. And he walked up there and he was like, "Yo, you really in the bookstore?" I was like, "Yeah. Where else would you see me at?" I would bring books home. The cool part about Craig, I would read out loud and he would love that. So it wasn't even though the world was wondering what the hell I was going through, Craig was like, "Yo, I'm with you." But his only thing was don't show outside because people are gonna judge you. And I know in a way he wanted to protect me. Like, people are cracking jokes on you, people are gonna judge you. When people come hide it. I was like, I'm not hiding who I am. So, and then I started changing the way I eat. I became a vegan. Had my children become vegans. I was locking my hair. I locked my children's hair. So it was a whole transformation. Now, in that process of going through it and learning how to be spiritual and hanging with different people, my old friends, they didn't support me. They laughed at me and I didn't care. I didn't at that moment. They thought some of them called me bougie. Someone was like, "Yo, it must be some dude that you're trying to get with, or you think you better than us." So I had a lot of that. I had a lot of gossiping. I had ACS called on me because I was starving my children because I didn't want to feed them pork and all the garbage that was being sold in the stores. I would go all the way to the white neighborhoods and with a dictionary and go food shopping. I wouldn't shop in my neighborhood because their food wasn't fresh. I would go to the farmer's market. I would cook and I would cook home. I would pack their lunch. Like, I started changing. I threw out all my furniture and I cleaned my house. And Craig did. He brought all new furniture. I painted. I started having like sisters over talking about how to cleanse their wound and stuff. So anything I learned, I started sharing. So it was Oh wow! I thought this whole time I was going live. Wow! Look at that! Look at that! So anyway, I thought I was going live on Patreon. I'm still learning this. I'm still learning this. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Ifa Bayo, and welcome to Ocean's Village. Real quick, YouTube. Hold on, and we're talking about your spiritual journey, right? So I would you know, have sisters come over and anything I learned, I wanted to share with, other people. So I would have Sherelle and Mika and Erica and all of them come over and we would talk about just things that women would go through. And I started having new friends. I started hanging around different people. I started branching out. I would take my children to the city. I would, go wherever we go to different bookstores and go to different events. Then I also with my pops, God bless his dad, when he was alive, me and him would go to like different spots and I would grab books and grab him an extra one so he can learn. I started doing a lot of aromatherapy. Then I learned how to make incense and oils. I started my children, my father, and my husband were my guinea pigs. My kitchen was my lab and my bathroom. So, and I had my mom's house. So I would during the day I would cook. In the evening was my lab. So I would make and create things. I would create different incense, and I would hand roll them, right? I would go and get all the different, ingredients and things, and I would learn how to cut oils. And I started making my own candles. I started making incense. I started making bath oils. I started, just educating people. And this was many years ago. So, and I would create these things, and then I started writing. And I remember the first thing I wrote was called Healing from Within. And my friend Rach helped me edit it and put it out, and I would sell it. I would be in front of the train and all of that, and I would sell it. On one side of the train was Ruby, and on the other side was me. And Ruby was this poet, and she would definitely like put it out there. And we were all just, we would take Queen Afua's class, we would take Monifa's class. We was down in the African Poetry Theater, like that my original name, when I remember when I went through the rites of passage, because I started investing in me, was Imani Dada Alatenge, and it meant faith sister, God will heal us. And that was my name, Imani Dada Alatenge, faith sister, God will heal us. And I started. But I want to talk about the things that happen around you as you go on this spiritual journey. You start opening yourself up more. Your dreams will become more, vivid. And I don't want you to be scared. I don't need you to panic. I don't need you to be like, oh my God, because don't be like TV. It's nothing like TV. I don't want you to think of dreams as this, oh, I shouldn't have never did this. I'm running back to Jesus. Dreams of a way of us. Hey, babies, hi. And I'm also on Patreon. I'm starting that as well. So dreams are also a way of communicating, with your higher self. Then you also, and I'm speaking of my experience of the things I had to go through, and I want to share with y'all. You also start feeling different around people, places, things. The places where you used to go, you may not want to go no more. And it's okay. It's okay. The people that you are around, you may not see an interest in them no more. And it's okay. You may want to start learning different things. You might want to start studying divination. Some people don't. Some people don't like divining, and it's okay. Either way, it's okay. Remember, this is your journey. But what I don't want you to do is follow in the footsteps that I did. Don't allow no one to dictate your life. Don't have people to say, oh, no, you can't. Don't worry about what your grandmama and them did. They ain't got nothing to do with this. Don't erase who you are. Anything you learn is to better who you already are, right? So don't allow people to erase you, because they will. And they'll try to create you in their image where you will be a little puppet of them. That's not spirituality. So no, do not allow people to talk to you like you are beneath them. No, it's a difference of being humble and sitting down and listening, so you can learn. But don't sit and have people talk down on you or treat you like you are garbage. First of all, you're paying for a service. You expect the same way you go into a restaurant, a store, any kind of company, you want to be treated with respect. It is the same way in spirituality. People need to respect you. Just because you may have years or you may be up there, I'm still human just like you. We all put our pants leg on one leg at a time. So what we're not going to do is have you disrespect me. Call me out my name. My name is not bitch. My name is not hoe. I don't need to know how you're sucking this or running off on this. No, that is not what we're doing here. If I call you Mr., Baba, Uncle, Cousin, great. But what we're not going to do is call me out my name. And don't allow people to do that. And when they do that, you can have a beautiful conversation and say, listen, we're not doing that. I don't disrespect you. Now, if they go, oh, well, that's the way I talk, then run fast and don't look back. Run fast and don't look back. I don't care. You call your mother that? Yeah, then I'm not being bothered because all of y'all are toxic. I wish I would call my mother bitch. Hey, bitch. What? Hold on. Hey, you going to see Jesus today? Like right now? No. Listen, people will have you doing the most, sitting there. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is come in very respectful. There's going to be a lot of changes that you're going to go through. Physical, mental, spiritual, as well as environmentally. You're going to go through changes. You may move. You may, leave the state, country. I know people that have left the country, so your spirituality will take you into places, which is true. I'm a strong believer of that. And doors and places where you didn't even think you were supposed to be at, or you had never imagined. But I want you to go with a clear head and a calm spirit. We don't need, you didn't come here to worry about what someone else did. You came here for you. There was a need or something that you wanted to fix in your life. Maybe you want to help the community. Maybe you want to just help your family. Shit. You're going to start off helping yourself. So we're going to do that. But what we're not going to do is allow people to talk to you, browbeat you, dog you out, or make you feel like you are some kind of low life. And you are not a human cash register. Yes, things are expensive. Yes, it is. Not gonna lie. Things are expensive, right? Candles, animals, herbs, things like that, right? But I'm not here to pay your light bill, your gas bill. I'm not here to buy your comforters, your sheets. I'm not here to remodel and remake your house. I'm not here to always take you out. I'm not here to fly you first class when you've never flown first class. I'm not here to do that. So be mindful of that as well. Be mindful of all of that. I'm not going to sit and say, oh, well, spiritual people should know how to manage money. We're all learning. They didn't teach us that. So we're all relearning how to do that. And blessings if you know that. God bless you. Because when you start learning, you start seeing all of the things that you were never taught as a child. So, and to go places, yes, you have godparents. You should let them know, I'm going over here. I'm doing this. Because they know people and they don't want you to be in some toxic situation. And a message may come down where, I don't want to get it secondhand. That's the reason why. But your godparents should say, hey, come on, be a part of the community. Be mindful of those godparents to go, listen, I don't be bothered with the community. I don't. No. How am I supposed to learn? How am I supposed to understand what it is I'm going through? How do I go to other people's house? And let me tell you, one house I was in, right? This was many years ago. They didn't teach us how to salute. They didn't teach us nothing, right? So I finally went somewhere and I saw and I was asking questions. So here it is. We at this other house and my godfather had took us and everybody's standing around. And I'm like, y'all got to salute. Y'all got to salute, Yemaya, because the lady's house was Yemaya Ibaye. She passed away. And it was like, what are we supposed to do? And I was looking there and looking amazed, like, y'all been with this dude for 10 years, 7 years, 12 years. I'm just now with him. And y'all don't know how to salute. Y'all don't know what to do. So he walks in and he goes, teach them how to salute. And I'm sitting there like, you they God in my head, right? Like, you they Godfather. Why you ain't teach them? So, I'm showing them, you have to get down because we don't know your crown. So you lay down straightway. And, I said, I can't lift him because I'm not crowned. He was like, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. I said, here, tell somebody to lift him, So the lady came and lifted him. Then the last person, he was like, you can lift it. I said, no, I can't because I'm not crowned. Don't do that. Don't make me in trouble. Like you'll have people that have you doing things that you are crowned and you're not crowned. So you have to be careful of those things. You have to be careful. Okay. That's why I want you to equip yourself. When you're knowledgeable, it's hard for people to get over on you. Seriously. Start reading, start asking questions. No, you don't need to ask about the initiation, but you can ask them about their journey. You can ask about that. You can ask, hey, if I'm ever going to a Santero house, how do I greet? Oh, well, we don't know your crown, so you lay flat. Okay, and they'll come and lift you up. But the person that's there will teach you. Okay, what do I bring? Well, it's always good to bring flowers and cash for me. I think it's more simple. Like, here, put the money in the basket and call it a day. Because I don't know, if I have a taboo with a color or whatever. So I just keep it simple. Cash is universal. Here, there you go. That's it. If it's Yemaya, $7. If it's Oshun, here's some 5s. If it's Obatala, here's some 8s. Shango Kabutila, here's some 6s, $6. Or, it's like, yeah, I do that in multiples like that. So, but when it's spiritual, I want you to be mindful. I want you to educate yourself. I want you to equip yourself. I want you to understand what you're getting into. You know how many people that I've met that now their Orishas and stuff is in the ocean or at a church. because they didn't know what they signed up for. So I need you to educate yourself, ask questions, learn about what you're getting into, learn, even spiritual, learn. It's not a problem to learn and putting in the work and being consistent. Definitely. So that's my little rant and rave for today. Being consistent, I'm sticking to what I had planned, and I want to build up my YouTube. I want to build up my Patreon. So definitely come over. I have the tiers. You can come in, be a guest, be a peekaboo, be a weekend warrior, be a villager, or be an elder. And on certain tiers, you get free 5-minute readings to keep up with yourself. You get discounts on merchandise and classes. Like there's a lot that you can get, and we can have full conversations on things and what's going on, and in detail. Because I do love Facebook, I love Instagram, I love YouTube, I love TikTok, I love all these things, and all these platforms, and it's helped me to definitely grow and things like that. But also, it's some people are making it into a competition. Everybody has something negative to say. Whatever you say, oh, you don't do it like this. Oh, you got to do it my way. And I'm not into that. So I can come over here, teach. I have elders. So if it's something I don't know, I know how to connect with them and say, hey, I want to say this. If this is right, this is the right way. And to move forward. And we all learn, because I don't want people to get hooked with, when people go into botanicas, man, oh my goodness, they get so intimidated. When people go into spiritual places, they get intimidated, get scared. I want you to walk in like, I understand what's going on. This is my first experience. I want to enjoy the whole thing. The first time I went to a drumming, it was my first experience. And they had already prepped me. So I was really happy. And when I saw Obatala come down, which was the first saint I ever saw come down, and it was amazing. I love Obatala Echo Wababa. What? So, and he spoke to me, so I was even more happier. I knew how to salute, so they had already showed me that. So, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't a fearful thing. So when you don't teach people, when they go, people that I've took with me that they didn't know and they learned on YouTube, or they thought it was something different, they all wanted to leave. Like, oh my God, let's leave. Oh my God, I'm scared. But when I went, I wasn't scared because they already spoke to me. I already heard the stories. I was always talking to people. So when I went, it was so amazing. It was so beautiful to see everybody in their whites and all the beads and all the different colors and all that. And it was for Obatala. It was Jerry Obatala, my godfather, Benicion to him. It was his drumming, and I didn't even know him then, and I had the pleasure of being there and seeing it, and it was really, really cool, to see Obatala come down and get a message, and it was so amazing. And then at the end, like you see, like, you see Yemaya take the bucket out and all of that. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it was my first time. So of course, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't intimidated. I didn't, freeze up. None of that. I was excited. Well, they had to tell me, yo, calm down a little bit, girl. Okay. But all of them started laughing. It was like, I remember when. And that's when those stories come out. I remember when I went to my first one. I remember when I first saw my saint speak. I remember when I went to my first Misa. I remember when I went and I heard someone tell me my future and I didn't even know them. I don't want you to be intimidated. I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to be, you are overexcited, but I don't want you to be like, oh my God, this is wrong and Jesus is going to get me. I don't want you to go through those. So the same way they prepared me, this is what I'm doing to prepare you. That's it. And for all y'all old timers, start teaching the younger ones. Start teaching the newbies that's coming out. The same way someone taught you, because we all started off as students. We were all in their spot one day or another. We were all there. So let's extend that. And just know that this year is all about learning as well. But truth, learning the correct way, putting things in order. Ear doesn't go above the head. Learning truth. I love y'all and thank you. I'm learning.